Welcome back. It is your G&T breakfast show here on PWR. And Tom and I are joined by Tracy of Wow First Aid. A very good morning to you, Tracy. Lovely to have you joining us this morning.
Good morning. It's lovely to be here.
It's lovely to have you back. You've come back the regular, aren't you?
I know, yeah.
Come on then, G.
Well, I know that you've joined us before, Tracy, and we do welcome you back this morning. But Wow First Aid, tell us a little bit about what it's all about and why you're here today.
So Wow First Aid Training is exactly what it says. It's a first aid training organisation. I'm formerly a nurse and a qualified teacher, so I bring that into my career in that into the business. But it's really about making first aid training affordable and accessible for individuals, whether that be companies or small businesses, individuals who want first aid qualifications, or members of the community, or pet owners even. So so that's what it is. It's about making it affordable, accessible, easy to access, and improving safety and our chances of survival from an out of hospital cardiac arrest in rural areas, really.
Yeah, and you're really passionate about this. You know that there's these certificates and there's minimum standards. You just want people to increase their knowledge more than anything else. Absolutely.
I really do believe that it should be a life skill. We learn all of the things. We take driving lessons. If we want to learn an instrument, musical instrument, we take music lessons, swimming lessons, you name it. And I really want people to be thinking about this as a life skill that is just part of their normal everyday, maybe every 12 months. Pop to a local community centre, practice CPR skills, how to use a defibrillator, go home, have their tea, live the rest of their life, hopefully without having to use it, but just having that knowledge should anything occur.
Gina.
Yeah, I think one of these courses would be absolutely brilliant for everybody, like you say, within the community. And I know that within the workplace, there's always that one designated person, isn't there? But what if they're off on that day? I feel like we all need to know this.
Yeah, definitely. And even if you've got your one designated first aider, if you're on a big site and they're a couple of minutes away and you've got to radio for them, call them or whatever, every individual, even if they don't have a certificate, should know those basic skills so that they can step in until the first aider arrives. Every second is really vital in these situations.
So what does a session with Tracy from Wow First Aid look like? We've signed up and we're thinking, I'm going to learn how to save a life now. What can we expect?
Okay, so you pop along to your local community hall, or I can visit you in a community group that you run. So pop along. It's fun. It's a serious subject, but it's not a serious session. It's really informal. You can have a cup of tea. You can practice the skills as much or as little as you like. We do CPR skills. We do using a defibrillator, and we do choking as well, and what to do in the event that somebody is choking. And those are the key ones that we look at. We also look at pediatrics. So we do babies and children. And you just come along, have a good time, have a bit of a laugh. It's not too serious, like I say, in terms of the actual delivery, but it is a very, very serious subject. So
Hopefully we will never need to use it, but knowing should that emergency arise, that we know what to do is something that we can keep with us forever.
Absolutely. And a lot of the feedback that I get from the sessions is people say that they leave more confident knowing to do in an emergency, and I think that is the absolute ultimate. We might not remember if we're ever in that situation, but we will have a call handler on the phone. Hopefully we've called for the emergency services, but when they're telling you what to do, you will then be able to just recall a little bit of the training. That confidence is really, really important.
Yeah, it's that recognizing, actually, I've done this before. And it's just reiterating what we've done before. And like you say, with the call handler, it's that confidence. And I think it's absolutely wonderful. You mentioned there community groups. So we can sort of get our, we've got lots of warm rooms which take place and lots of the communities come together to have that cup of tea on a weekly basis. And this would be ideal for our communities to get together to have you there.
Yeah, so local, if you've got a hobby group anywhere, warm rooms, warm spaces, I will go out and I will talk first aid and life saving to whoever will listen.
I love that. Someone that listened to you last time you were here on the radio, I think it was Helen you were on the show with, talking pet first aid. This is something you offer as well.
Yes, it is. And actually it's becoming increasingly popular now. So pet owners and then people who work with pets as part of their business. So we do offer the pet first aid still. It's not often running as a full course, but if people get in touch with me, then we're more than happy to put those on.
Amazing. Because one thing that strikes me, because an adult is an adult, however, pets, you've got small, medium and large, and they're all treated slightly differently.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we do, we often go through different sizes of animals. We do a lot of things on bleeds. We do CPR, so you can resuscitate a pet. It is mouth to nose resuscitation, just in case anybody was wondering. But yeah, so we do a lot about that. But we also do quite a bit around sort of the scrapes that your pets can get into on a daily basis. So lots around cuts, bleeding, stings, things like that as well. So it's very, very practical and, really important for all pet owners because they can get into some scrapes.
Yes, they can. And with us being now in March, we're meteorologically spring. We were talking earlier about I saw my first squirrel out of hibernation. You've teamed up actually with our friends at Visit Pembrokeshire to give some advice to those in the tourist trade as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so we're looking at how to make Pembrokeshire safer from a tourism perspective. So unfortunately, resuscitation or out of hospital survival rates in Wales are particularly low, and then when you look at rural areas, they are even lower. There's been some brilliant work about getting defibs into the communities. There was an article a couple of weeks ago that said now we're fourth in the UK for the amount of defibs that we've got per number of population, but we still have further to go. In a rural community, we need to think about distance from a defib. It's time that is the key issue. So working with tourist businesses, just encouraging people to have information about where the defibs are, using what 3 words in their information packs, in their welcome packs. Maybe if you've got seasonal staff, making sure that at least some basic life support is part of their induction so that they know what to do should an emergency occur.
Yeah.
Gina.
Once again, I'm thinking confidence to use one of these defib machines. We know that they are here, and you go back to village halls, community halls around the county. We have got them, but in that emergency situation, you can give the training on how to use one of those and the confidence.
Yeah, so we've got training defibrillators, so we can put the pads on the mannequins, we can listen to all the instructions. They are really easy to use, but you don't want the first time that you're seeing one to be when you need it in an emergency, and I think that's the key. So we offer that opportunity as well when we look at how you would put pads on a child. So the difference between putting pads on a child and an adult, because you can use the defibrillators on children. So
incredible. So if someone now is listening thinking, I need to make sure my staff are all first aid trained, or my community group wants to upskill and increase that confidence, where can they find out more about you and inquire and get a booking?
Okay, so we do have a course running next Thursday, which you are more than welcome to book on. That's an emergency first aid at work course. So you can go and find that on my website or my Facebook page. So it's WOW First Aid Training. And my website is www.wowfirstaidtraining.co.uk. So you can have a look there. You can drop me an email if you want me to come out and visit you as a group. You can contact me if you're a business and you want me to come and deliver a qualification within your workplace. Just drop me an email, a WhatsApp. It's all there.
Lovely. And details for next Thursday already on there too. Tracy, thank you so much for joining us here on the Breakfast Show with Folly Farm. It's 9:15, 15 minutes left of our Unscramble competition. What song would you like to leave us with today?
So I think I'm going to go with something quite reflective today. So How to Save a Life, I think.
From The Fray. It's on the way next here on Purist Radio. Tracy from WOW First Aid, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Wake up